Good evening, guys. I hope you're all well. For the grade 11s that are preparing for the March test 2026, uh, I'll be studying a series of the Free State 2025 March test. So, if you are in grade 11 and are preparing for that, or maybe you're in grade 12, because sometimes this question will also appear in grade 12, but I will do a grade 12 one separately and I'll also upload it. But this one will be specifically for grade 11s, and I'm be starting with the question one, and then on the next video we'll go to question two, and so forth. Okay, and I hope everyone has the the scope, or yeah, the scope for this paper. Anyway, let's not waste any time. Let's just get in it. Okay, question one here. They're saying to us that we should write the following. Write it in an exponential form, right? And we know if is in this way, that what we do is that in fact, let me write it properly, we have 5 exponent of x, yeah, exponent of 4. So now, in this case, what we then do is that we're just going to take that exponent outside, and we're going to have x is equals to 4 over 5. What we only do is that we take this and then we put it as a denominator to that exponent of 4 there. That's all we do. Okay. And then now we go on to 1.2. For 1.2, they give us square root of 384. Okay, let me write it a little bit bigger. Where's my eraser now? I want to write it a little bit bigger so that we can all see. Okay, so we have square root of 384 plus square root of 24. They said, guys, we should not use a calculator here, right? But what they really meant is that don't put the whole sum as is in the calculator, but we will still use a calculator. I'll just show you guys how we use a calculator in this case. I'll show you guys how we can use a calculator here. Okay, now in this case, we are going to use a calculator in the sense that we're going to put our first term, which is square root of 384. I'm going to put it in our calculator. Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix this quickly first. Yep. So we go now to our calculator, we put it there, square root of 384, and let's check what it gives us. So that's what it gives us, 8 square root of 6, right? So now we have, in this place, we're going to have 8 square root of 6 plus, we do the same with the 24 there. So 24 is going to be square root of 24. Let's see what this gives us. Then it gives us 2 square root of 6 as well. 2 square root of 6. So now from here, then we know that these two, because they have the same, I'll say, a square root. Yeah. Then they become the like terms, right? So now in the like terms, we know that I'm only going to add the coefficients. So now in this case, our answer will therefore be 2 plus 8 plus 2 is going to give us 10. And then we have that there. So that's how we go about our answer. So yes, we can use a calculator. Just don't punch it all together like this. Don't say, what's this thing? Square root of 384 plus square root of 24. No, don't do that. Yes, you get the answer, but you're going to miss this mark there, because remember this also, this step here, this is our mark here, guys. We cannot miss this mark. So you're going to get a mark for that and a mark for that as well. That's why we're having it as 2 marks there. Similarly here, we only had 1 mark because we had that one step. So we need to see those 2 steps. Hence, I'm saying it is best that you do it the way that I showed you guys how to do it. Okay? We should think like mathematicians, guys. Even though they say we should not use a calculator, we are going to use it, but just in a smart way. Okay? That's why we need mathematicians. Mathematicians are lazy people, guys. Remember that. We are lazy. We look for efficient ways to make things so that we don't have to struggle all the time whenever we do anything, right? And then let's go to 1.3. 1.3 here, we are given, uh, let's say we should write the full expression in this form, right? So now we have it as 2, oh, let me use a black pen. So we have it as 2x squared plus 8x plus 10. So now we need to factorize first, guys. We know how to factorize, right? So we have our highest common factor in this case, which is 2. When we take 2 out, we're left with x squared plus 4x plus 5. Still, we are not at that form yet, right? So we still need to break this thing down. So now how do we break it down? We also need to factorize this thing in here. So now we're going to have 2, then we have x squared plus 4x. But now remember, guys, we have this thing here. And that's another thing that we need to remember. We have x plus p squared. So now how can we have that x plus p squared when we have this thing here? It means if we want to do that, we must have a plus 4, right? Because if we have a plus 4 and we have x squared plus 4x plus 4, it can easily be written as x plus 2 squared. We know if this will give us that. But we can't just add the 4 like that, right? So what can we do? Then we minus by 4. So there's nothing that we added. So if we say plus 4 minus 4, it means there's nothing that we really added. Okay? Because that is 0. And then now remember the last part that we still have, it is how much? That plus 5 there. So don't forget it. So you also have plus 5. And then now, finally, we're going to have 2. Then we can rewrite this here as x plus 2 squared. And then that side we have minus 4 plus 5 is going to give us how much? Plus 1, right? Yeah, plus 1. And then now finally we're getting closer. Then we only need now to multiply the 2 inside. So we're going to have 2, we multiply it the way we would normally do. So we have 2 squared, then we multiply now there is going to give us plus 2. So now this is how we go about our calculation, guys. Please leave a comment below on the video if there's something that you didn't understand, and I can maybe look for another question similar to this one, and I can also explain that. Okay? I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.